Ah. Okay. All right. Nintendo Treehouse live. The release in New York City. Let's do this. Let me make sure that I'm using the proper mic from array. Okay. All right, let's do this. Okay, yeah, that's good. Get ready for the live stream on May 11th, starting at 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. Live presentation featuring gameplay from Tears of the Kingdom. Following Nintendo Treehouse, stay tuned in for more live stream content counting down to the release. Tears of the Kingdom. Please note that these segments avoid story spoilers, but will show some gameplay in areas that have not yet been shown to help prepare players for the adventure to come. Dude, I believe it's releasing at 9. Or I don't know. Let me check. The audio. Oh yes, testing. Addy purpose. Let's go. Yes, testing. Oh yes, testing. Addy purpose. Let's go. Perfect. Alright. Okay, we're ready. Okay. It should have started already. Alright. Okay. We're ready. We're ready. Launch event in New York.
Hello and welcome to The Legend of Zelda Tears
What
of the Kingdom
is this?
Here from the Nintendo New York City
Yes,
store.
sir.
Oh, it feels so good to say that. I'm your host, Camille Salazar-Hadaway, and that is right. We are counting down the moments till The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom finally reaches your hands and you can jump back into Hyrule with Link.
Well,
Now,
let's
as
do
I
it.
mentioned, Link's here. Yeah, you can see him. Look at him. Doesn't he look so cool?
Oh yeah.
Statue, all the
Look at the
detail
chain
is
mail.
just getting me so excited to talk to some fans, to also just hop into the game, but also see Times Square because Link's in
Times Square?
two places at once. That is right. If you're
Yeah, I want to be
watching the
there.
stream from Times Square, well, guess who's watching you? That's right. Link, Zelda, and Ganondorf are definitely doing that because, of course, we are here to celebrate the highly anticipated game. And
Yeah, I already saw the
tonight,
intro
we're
of
gonna be
it.
showing you some
Already
great
released-
gameplay
already came
coming
out.
from the Nintendo Treehouse team tonight. Now, with
Not
that
in America, though.
happening, I do want to say that tonight's segments will not include story spoilers, but instead we'll show you how to play through Tears of the Kingdom in some unique ways that you haven't seen before.
Ooh la la.
So there's lots of cool stuff that you're going to see, and you know what? We're going to throw in some surprises along the way as well. Now with that said, let's get started with our first look at the game tonight, with the Nintendo Treehouse team diving deeper into some of the new abilities Link has in The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Nintendo Treehouse. Oh my god, this man.
Thank you for joining us for Nintendo Treehouse Live.
This man's beautiful
I'm
hair.
Sam, and I'm here with Jose and Kendra.
Jose.
Today, we have the pleasure of showcasing the gameplay from The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. We're not going to talk too much story today. We're going to leave that for you to discover. Instead, we're going to focus on...
Oh, look at the animated background.
Specifically, how the new abilities change the way you experience and explore the world of Hyrule. So, Kendra, can you get us started and tell us about
What?
Yeah, so we are here on the Great Sky Island.
Oh my
and
God.
As the name implies, we are up very, very high. Jose is doing super cool Zelda Crush. Well, not Zelda Link, obviously, but...
Zelda Crush, bro.
back
Alright.
on track. As you may notice, Link's right arm is looking a little bit different today. We're not
Bionic.
going to get into the why, but we do just want to state the obvious. His arm looks very different, and actually, his arm directly correlates to the abilities
Yeah.
that I was mentioning just a little bit ago. So we're gonna
He doesn't need a
use that
Sheikah Slate
right
anymore. His Sheikah Slate is his arm.
Sam, why don't we show folks the ability?
Yeah. So, you
Dude, it
hold the
looks
L button
so
down here. You've got
much.
this new radio menu, and this is how you'll select.
That's good.
Masan introduced these abilities in a video a couple of weeks ago. But really briefly, over to the right.
That's really good.
Your hand. This allows you to items in the environment to make contraptions. You have fuse at the bottom that allows you to attach materials. to
That's so
weapons,
good.
shields, and arrows. You have
Look at his arm
recall,
glowing.
which will allow you to rewind an object's movement. And then finally, up at the top, you have ascend, which will allow you to pass through material above you and emerge on top of it. Now, I know that was a really brief description, but don't worry too much about that because we're going to be showing all of that stuff.
So I've got an adventure plan for you guys, and first we're just going to do a little scouting. Pro tip for anyone who's played Breath of the Wild, or if you're coming to this game for the first time, is always try to scout from up above. You can see here, slightly elevated position. You can see we have
Sounds different.
camp soldier constructs. So I'm going to just drop a pin there, and you'll see that on my map. I left a pin there to come back to.
I don't remember if you can do
Just
that in the first game or not.
myself, just so I can sort of make my way here. But first, during the opening, I don't know if folks noticed, there's a little island over here.
Yes, please.
I was going
collect
to say, you've
everything.
been running by a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It's been bugging me.
Well, it's partly because some of the stuff in my inventory you're not really going to have when you get to this point in the game.
Look at his hair.
You know, we're going to talk about that.
So long.
But first...
A friend in need.
Yes.
No beard,
a friend
though.
in need. Oh my goodness. And we gotta wonder how this little creature, which is a Korok, obviously, got here with this giant pack because it doesn't really make sense to me. But we're gonna help them out.
Yeah. So traveling with their friend and got separated. We can see the camera will show us where that friend is at. We spoke over the distance. And this is a little puzzle that we're going to solve here on the Great Sky Island. As a quick bit of setup.
Sorry, real quick.
What?
The Korok said it was too tired, and that's why it can't move.
See this backpack?
Yeah. I mean, look, I
The
can't.
rocking.
I can't blame. You know, I play video games the same way. Just collect everything until I can't move
Oh
anymore.
yeah, totally. So you'll see here that you know, we've got some parts already kind of set up for us. We're going to use them
Very
for hand.
conveniently.
Very convenient.
Wow, it's like magnesis. You can move
quick primer on
anything.
overhead is that,
It's like
it
magnesis,
works a
but-
little bit like magnesis in that you can pick up objects, but something that's
Right.
now is
Oh my God.
rotate
The X and
objects
Y
as well.
lines.
It doesn't have to be an object made of metal, which was a limitation.
That's
of Breath of the Wild.
amazing.
That is completely not a thing in Tears of the Kingdom.
You can
So
get
we'll pick up
anything.
This piece right here, and you're going to see too. I'm going to actually come out of this thing.
Right.
Easier to see.
You can see that glue.
Yeah, the glue is really important because it'll show you where two pieces will snap together, and you'll see the sort of form. But don't fret if you put something together and you're not too keen on how it looks. Just shake the right stick.
Or how it functions, right?
Right.
Because
Yeah, that's really important,
Like
yeah.
all of that stuff is
Oh.
really, really important. You're right.
how you are building something to send the little Korok on their way over to their friends.
Oh yeah, correct. Yeah, and I've put this Korok through a lot, so I'm being gentle this time. Let's just look here.
It's true.
Oh yeah. No,
We've seen it.
Yeah, you don't want to.
Oh.
quickly place this here and to see that it works. You should always test out designs, in my opinion, just to make sure.
Throw caution to the wind.
Oh yeah, and
see
just
what
go for it.
happens.
But this
Don't let it get
turns
too
out
far.
to be
Yeah.
a good opportunity to set up how recall works. So here's recall.
Nice.
We're able to basically reverse this object's momentum. And there are two things missing from this little raft, and it's myself and Korok. And you can switch to Ultra Hand while the recall is happening. Pro tip, so don't feel that you have to necessarily stop.
You
the
can
recall and
grab
attack.
stuff.
We're gonna fast.
You can grab creatures.
Aww.
Oh, okay. The Korok has calmed down. I'm gonna attach the Korok.
A little bit. Still sweating.
Yeah.
Still sweating kind of a lot.
I'm gonna drop this there. And
Clearly doesn't like being moved around with Ultra Hand.
we're gonna ride across.
Ooh, right to this cloud.
Nice little vista. Nice little backdrop we have here.
So those materials were there on that side of the rail, and that's kind of a suggestion of how to solve that problem. But you could have done something completely different. Like it's very Ultra Hand is very open-ended that way.
Yes, yeah. And on some puzzles, you really see like opportunities to really flex your creative muscles.
Yeah.
And do something that maybe didn't work for someone else, or something that they didn't think of, which is really
Right.
Oh, yay.
reunited
You
at
did it.
last.
You did it.
Two.
Got the Koroks.
Yes, the
Alright.
Korok seeds still in the game. They still smell funny. We'll leave.
In case anyone was wondering.
Right.
What's in the text? So clearly we want people to think about what they smell like. Alright, so I could use my little raft on a hook to cross this, but why not go in style?
Oh, that's
Whoa,
Nice.
I'm definitely gonna
Oh
do
my
that.
goodness.
Yeah, we saw this very briefly, shield surfing on a rail. We saw that very briefly in an earlier trailer, but the cut was so quick that I didn't realize what I was looking at. And then when you showed me that you could do it, my mind was blown.
Oh yeah.
I do want to point out, we just used the glider. We used the glider earlier as well. So that is returning. That's a returning.
Na
element.
na
You'll see
na
some
na
things,
na
obviously,
na 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 na.
a ton of new things, but yeah.
Na na na
Point that out. Also, the pin that you put in the chest earlier as well.
That's right. Yeah, we should probably mention that like the Great Sky Island also is it's sort of like the Great Plateau from Breath of the Wild in that this is where you'll learn your abilities. You'll come to this area very early in the game, but you'll see some of the items that we have actually we've gotten later in the game. So we've come back to the Great Sky Island.
I want to go back
So,
to the old
We're setting up
places.
to talk to you about Fuse.
Yay.
And this is me with Fuse activated running around a piece of material that I want to fuse.
Wait.
We're under attack. Alright. So, night has descended, so let's just quickly get rid of this piece. Normally I wouldn't fight with a weapon that is not fused in some way, and actually you can do that, and if you do, you may notice I did that earlier with like the rusty broadsword, which is not in a great shape. But Kendra, what do you think? Why don't we set up for folks just how Fuse sort of works?
Yeah, so Jose has the rusty broadsword. It's not in very good shape right now, but the super awesome thing, I mean, there are many awesome things about Fuse, but one of the
Fuse.
super awesome things is
I
that
gave
you can
that
take
idea
a
to
weapon that's
Nintendo.
about to,
I mean, to-
be destroyed
to
when you
AG.
use it, and once you fuse it, it actually lengthens its lifespan. So it's just a really nice thing that you can work with,
Oh.
aside from the fact that you can be attacked by this guy, and
We're
and
being attacked.
yeah, and also as you see, the Korok frond that's now attached to the sword is creating a gust of wind.
Yeah.
So
You can.
play with combining.
Yeah, you
different
can combine
and
elements.
See what they do.
So I want to take my time with this fight for a second, and even though you should prepare before a battle, I'm just going to quickly improvise here. I'm going to drop a piece of amber. I'm going to drop 2 pieces of amber. And then I'm going to switch over
Yeah.
to a wooden stick, and I've got a shield that has nothing on it. So I'm just going
I
to.
love how patient this enemy is while you
Yeah,
would just
while
like
I'm doing all this preparation.
having
Right.
like craft
Oh
time
my
over here.
god.
So check out my shield right now. So I've got a piece of amber attached to it. One thing that's cool is that the button that functions to parry can also now attack as well.
That's
Oh.
Offensive
Nice.
You can also perfect parry, which was totally planned. I'm not even pretend that I did that by accident.
So now you're dual wielding.
Yeah, so by fusing certain materials to your shield, you can even fuse weapons to your shield. You can essentially, dual wield, like you say. You can have 2 attacks, one with the weapon in your hand and one
That's
with your shield.
Yeah,
insane.
check out my weapon too right here, right?
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, when you attach some weapons, right, like you got sort of a slightly more ridiculous look where it's
Imagine all the things people are gonna
Korok,
I don't know
do.
what you're talking about, Jose.
and
That's cool.
and
Yeah.
a rusty broadsword. But in the other example, you'll see that it's a bit more of a clean fuse, and it looks pretty good.
Right, yeah, it's created like a
Amber
blade-like weapon. It isn't just simply a piece of amber stuck on the end of a sword.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna pick up that stone
Are
axe.
we heading to that camp? Because
Yeah, we're going
Yeah.
back to
Yeah,
that
show that
camp right
camp.
now. Oh yeah.
Oh, nice, you got a piece of opal.
Oh yeah.
wow,
That's cool.
yeah,
Yeah,
score.
very
Yeah.
lucky. Yeah. So, if you look at my mini map right now, you'll see that that pin is now somewhere up there. We can't really. I mean, we could climb this. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, you can still use Breath of the Wild thinking to approach this game, but why not try something a little out of the
Oh
ordinary?
my
I'm gonna talk about
god!
Zonai
A
devices.
whole tab just came
Devices
out.
that can be found out in the world in 2 ways. One of them is you'll find them sort of thrown out as part of a
Look at it, that's like
just a stash
Aztec.
of things, and the other are these Zonai capsules that you'll see here. I'm going
Zonai.
to take one device out. I have a spring. I'm actually going to take out the thing. Why not?
So you're applying Tears of the Kingdom logic here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Tears of the Kingdom logic means that devices can be used to do a bunch of stuff. You may remember this fan from Mr. Allen's video.
Yeah.
And you'll see that it'll take me up a little bit of a height, and that's great. About 2 fans. That was kind of a waste.
And it's depleting your battery at the moment.
Oh yeah.
So you
That's
have,
right.
Yeah, you have
So
a
the-
battery. Go for it.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, the Zonai devices run off of your energy cell.
So you'll see that this Zonai device springs rather violently. That's some serious business. But what's cool about this thing is that it can also give you serious height.
Oh my
That's significant.
god.
Yeah, that's really
Yeah, like why climb? Like you
Right.
have
So
other ways to
much.
do
Yes,
this.
thank
So-
you.
well, if you don't want to
Jeez.
leave it behind, right? Then
Yeah. No,
But-
that is true. Yeah.
And-
you're
Yeah.
not going to supply on those.
Hitting the Zonai devices one more time. Those are the capsule forms are Zonai devices that you can carry around with you in your inventory, which is awesome because that enables you to pull them out in like a time of need or use them in ultra hand construction.
Oh yeah. So we have our material selections here, and I'm able to sort it in a couple of different ways. I'm going to quickly sort over to where I can drop some Zonai devices because we're not done. I'm going to drop this spring here, and I'm actually going to show you that these aren't just devices that function in the world, but they can also be fused.
Yes.
Fuse it to my shield.
Yes,
You'll
you
see
are.
That it's a much more convenient size.
Oh my
than the
god.
It's magic, Zonai magic. Don't.
Yes. Don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
don't think about it
too
too
hard.
hard. Don't
Yeah.
Think about it too hard. All right, I'm going to equip another rusty broadsword, and this time I'm going to ask for participation. Name something on this bar that you want me to use.
2 to the left there.
Oh, right
Oh
here.
yeah,
Yeah,
let's
the
do a
rush
rush room.
room.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's do it. So we're going to drop it, we're going to fuse, and you'll see we have sort of our...
You are looking really cool right now.
Yeah.
And you're ready for battle.
All right, let's get into this camp.
Okay.
Get in
do it.
there to battle.
Yarr.
With your spring and your mushroom sword.
Guess what the spring does? Oh,
That's
Yes.
good.
Beautiful.
yeah,
Just beautiful.
wonderful. Just push it back. Then our rush room will also
Oh, goodbye.
has kind of a springy effect to it, which is really neat.
Yeah, mushrooms when fused to weapons, they give you like a bouncy effect. Which,
Oh my
yeah,
god.
So that
Wow.
the-
kind of ruins the battle, so
Goodbye.
I'm not gonna do
thematically
that.
consistent with what
It's
you're doing with
been
your
I don't think
shield,
I'm gonna
right?
use the
Oh my
fuse
gosh.
too much.
So
I'm
So
gonna
if you
use
basically
organic
don't want to
weapons.
battle, you can.
Yeah, if you don't want to
actually
battle,
successfully
exactly.
Right.
But you also don't get the materials from that, so my approach
Yeah.
is
Exactly.
a little chaotic.
Sure,
We
sure.
have one more sentry up there, and for this one,
Oh,
I actually
yeah.
want to do something a little different.
He's up there looking for his friends.
Yeah, we've been talking about fuse, and you can not just fuse materials to weapons and to shields, you can also fuse them to arrows, and Numa has already kind of shown.
Yeah, arrows. Keys eyeball with the.
You know,
It's a
find its
honing.
target even if you sort of
It's a
aim in
honing
general
missile.
direction.
Right.
I don't want to do that. I want to show you something new.
Yeah, the wing.
Wait, let's fire. Can you fire a normal arrow
Oh
first?
yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's fire a normal arrow
If I
so we
wanted
can see.
to hit this enemy, I'm actually
You have to
going
get
up a little
like
bit.
a lot closer.
Yeah.
A lot closer, and I could hit him, but
Yeah.
you can see there that I'd have to arc it, and there's all this sort of like, you know, it's been done, but why not do it a little simpler?
Nice
Wow.
shot.
Pretty
That
much
was
it. Yeah,
amazing.
yeah, pretty
Yeah.
good.
Perfect.
And now the chest is open, but we're not going to open this chest because we want to leave some secrets for folks at home.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, but when you fused that key swing to the arrow, it gave it, it extended the distance that the arrow flew,
Oh, yeah.
so you didn't need to arc it as much.
Well, and that's not all. Check this out. If
Wow.
I take this key swing and I use it for this two-handed weapon, and I throw it,
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
far that way.
Yeah, that's
Whoa.
awesome.
Pretty neat.
Way out there in the water.
Yeah, that's what you're still doing. It's a two-handed weapon. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
We'll
was-
find
it was
another
for
one.
good
Don't-
cause. It
We'll
was for
find
good
another
cause.
one. Don't worry about it.
Cool. Okay, so we
Yeah.
got some choo-choos.
Yeah. So for this one, I'm going to use a precious stone and just quickly. Why don't you guys talk about the elemental properties?
Yeah.
So
Okay. So this is new for Tears of the Kingdom. That the precious stones in Breath of the Wild, you could use them to sell for rupees, or you could use them to upgrade your equipment, right?
Yeah.
But that was about all you would use them for. Whereas here in Tears of the Kingdom, now they all have their own elemental properties.
Yeah, you can do everything
obviously
super
Jose just
fast.
used an elemental property that works really well against these water
could just-
type enemies.
Yeah.
So it just took them out in one hit. Not that choo-choos are particularly strong, but you know.
No, not at all.
And they also it turned their choo-choo jelly turned into yes, the
Yep.
yellow choo-choo jellies.
Right.
You can also
Oh,
throw
wait.
materials by hand. You can throw this one.
Yes.
No.
Let's show. Yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah.
so hand holding an item and throwing it is new for Tears of the Kingdom.
Of course it is.
And you can also do that with the precious ores.
Yeah.
And the area of effect on these, can we? Yeah. Let's show real quick.
All right. I would take cover if you ever throw one of these because
Yeah. Stand.
Oh
back.
my
it's pretty massive.
God.
Jose's just over here causing forest fires. No big deal.
Sorry.
Chopping down trees.
Yeah, it's a good thing that you got some elevation before you toss that,
Oh, yeah.
because like
No.
if you just toss it on the same plane, you're 9 times out of 10 you're gonna injure yourself.
I got injured as well. Saw
Yeah.
a few game
Imagine
over
the
screens.
battles.
I've
Chopping
got
down
looks
trees
so
again.
much
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
sorry. I'm
Okay,
chopping
but
down
there's a
trees with
reason.
purpose. Yeah,
Sure.
that's
There's a
right.
reason this time.
Yeah, let's show folks. Right here, our next objective is I would like to cross this little stream here. But if we look at, nice dive, look at our stamina wheel. I can't swim that.
Yeah.
Pun.
Or could you?
Or could you?
Let's just experiment.
Yeah, so you'll notice that we have some sails here. And we had some trees that were already chopped down, but I added to them.
Okay,
Gonna get
cool.
some more.
You're.
So the game
Alright.
is like soft
this is
suggesting
just-
maybe that you could build a boat.
I guess
Set
this is
to get
just
across.
gameplay. I kind of want to see the sights and
Um,
stuff, but I guess
I gotta
that's
say, I could spend
for you.
hours doing this.
Yeah,
In fact, I kind of have.
Yeah.
Just by virtue of like really being curious about what's possible and what I could do.
Oh, I just remembered one of the things I wanted to mention is
Angle.
that this leads into really nicely is in this game there are many different ways to solve the puzzles, and I found that to be true of Breath of the Wild as well. But I feel like in Tears of the Kingdom there's even more of that with these new abilities, and I personally am really excited to see what people out in the world are going to create. What abominations? Like what
Yeah.
abomination is
Or
Jose
what
creating?
amazing things, yeah.
Yeah, an amazing thing. I mean, abominations can be amazing too.
Yeah, they can. Yeah, no, it's true. I like to take a not,
This isn't-
not typical approach.
This isn't looking much like a boat, Jose.
It's not yet. Give me a minute. There's a vision.
Okay,
Just
okay.
Believe.
I believe in you.
Yeah, I made a lot of boats in my time, and this is a design that stood out to me as something that I wanted to.
Jose always has something up his sleeve. Like every time he's building something, it looks different than the last time, and we don't really know what it's gonna be.
What are those
This is one
side
of the things
ones?
I love about
It's like a-
Ultrahan, though, is that like it's this perfect confluence of raw imagination, questionable engineering, and then curiosity, right? Because like
What?
there's this sense of anticipation when you've been building something and you're about to like activate it for the first time and see
What are
whether or
those
not it's
side
gonna
ones
work.
used
That's a
for?
boat.
That
Okay.
kind of
okay.
looks like a tribute.
I'll
band
take
a
your
little
word
bit.
for it.
I just want to
Little
see if it
bit.
will float. I think,
Will it float?
I recommend this being a general approach while building.
That
It's
is
leaning-
barely.
It's leaning a
floating.
little
All right.
bit.
Hey,
yeah.
but it floats.
But it
All right.
does. You're
This
right.
the,
You're right.
Yeah.
the maiden voyage of the SS Apologies in Advance.
All right, we got to dress this up though. We're not.
Yeah, let's make it cool.
All right,
Make it
so
cool looking.
flame
Flame
emitters. Let's see.
emitter.
Let's put 2 fans on it. Oh, we got rockets. Okay.
You're gonna make it stylish too.
yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna dress this one up. So I'm not done. There's a vision. I swear. Just believe in me, and you do.
Yes.
But I really do.
Total
though.
and complete faith.
Yeah,
right
that
now.
seems like a great spot. Let's just go for it. See what happens.
But to Sam's point earlier, and something that I was trying to get across as well, is don't be afraid to like test ideas before you kind of throw yourself head first into things, because you kind of want to have at least some inkling of if it's going to actually work or not. And in fact, I've made boats that have tipped over. I have made boats that were weighted too far on one side.
I've seen some of the boats you've made, Jose.
they're pretty. Each one was special in its own way.
I don't know though. I kind of like not testing things and just going for it.
Yeah, that's an approach. No,
It is an approach.
Yeah, for sure. I tend to be more cautious, even though I take a lot of chances on these.
I love this thing.
Yeah, we're going for a really like Viking sort of.
Yes, I was gonna say it's got.
Look here, very metal.
It's very metal. Are you gonna add something to the front though?
Yeah, we could. Yeah,
I
what
feel
if-
like
what
it
put up
needs
front. All right, let's see
Probably
what we got.
another flame emitter.
Yeah, all right, let's do it.
Yeah.
So
You know,
we got multiple
like-
device. Why not?
We're talking about Viking ship. Let's make it
Yeah.
even more of that.
Would you like it pointing outwards? Or?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's.
Also, just considering
Oh,
the
yeah.
fact that there's so much wood and there's
Look
gonna
at
be
Oh
a lot
no,
of
that
fire.
looks great. That looks great.
Oh,
Wow.
It's a
beautiful.
little off center, but
No. It's
no,
Jose,
perfect,
it's
perfect.
Fine. Cool. All right. Let's try the SS apologies.
Apologies in advance.
Yeah. See how this goes.
all right. And you're getting on there.
Yep,
Okay.
I'm on
Oh,
it.
boy.
All right.
Cool.
Do you have an axe selected? Yeah.
I do. I'm gonna switch off. I wouldn't recommend hitting something with an axe that's made of wood, just
Right.
because sometimes you can break
You'll
it.
destroy
But you
them.
would recommend attaching.
I mean,
a
it's
bunch of things
kind of
that emit
working.
Fire.
Yeah. Oh
on
yeah.
something
Always.
made of wood.
It's
always.
kind of working
It
on its
is.
own, right? The sails are doing
But let's
some
just
work.
make it look a little better.
Yes.
Oh!
Oh my god, they caught on fire.
Wait, and why not? Just to see what happens.
What?
What?
Will it go backwards? Oh yeah.
Wow. Oh,
hit
it
that
hit a
way.
tree. Oh my gosh.
And that's broken.
All right.
Wow. You made it. You solved
Failed
the puzzle.
successfully.
I did, yeah. Failed up.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all the time we have for this segment. Thank you so much for joining us. But stay tuned. There's more coming up. Bye.
Man.
Well, it's only fair that the Treehouse team gets to fuse a lot of things, so I decided to fuse myself to the cement on the streets and also be joined with Nate. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I am doing really well. How does it feel to be here in New York City?
This is pretty much a perfect night in New York City. It's perfect weather, perfect vibe, and the energy in this place is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I think a lot of the fans are having a good time, highly anticipating The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and Nintendo fused a bus to celebrate.
Oh, yeah, the
Look at
bus.
that. That's a creation I'm going to try to recreate in the game, right?
Absolutely. I'm not sure they have video screens to fuse the vehicles, but hey, I haven't finished it.
We have to figure it out. Now, one thing is that you started your career at Nintendo with a special game that I love, and that's special to this franchise, Ocarina of Time. How does it feel coming from that game now to see Tears of the Kingdom releasing?
It's wild. It's a wild ride, certainly, and certainly not something that I expected to do professionally, but it has been absolutely amazing as both a fan and somebody working on the games to see each time that the team continues to surprise us with new stuff. You wouldn't think it was possible. It's like every time you're like, oh my god, they can't possibly top this, and then they do. And this game is no different. It's absolutely mind-blowing.
What would you say is your favorite ability that we've seen so far?
That is actually very difficult to say. I'm going to go with Fuse, even though it's like a tight horse race for all of them. And that's only because I constantly shift between wanting to make things that look really, really cool and things that look really, really ridiculous. And I want to use them both in equal measure. So yeah, I'm going to go with Fuse.
All right, we're going to go with Fuse. And you know what? I think I want to hear some of the fans and their excitement, right? I think we see some people in cosplay. I got a little cosplay going on myself. I'm channeling Princess Zelda with my hair. So I think it's only fair that we do see some of the fans and potentially, maybe, I don't know, give them some stuff. They've been waiting for a very long time for this.
I totally agree. I think that when the time is right, we're going to want to maybe wander back through this line. I was actually trying to get a vibe on how far back that goes, and I'm not actually sure. It's dark out here.
Yeah, I don't know how far it it goes. Kind of like the game Tears of the Kingdom. I don't know how far we could go in that game. I feel like it keeps going. But do we have something to potentially give some fans today?
Actually, somebody gave me this earlier, and I wanted to take a quick look at it.
Oh, okay. Let's take a look.
Pocket, but this is a lovely scarf that we have here with this brilliant logo. And actually, I have to say, this is one of my, I have loved every logo that has been on Zelda from the beginning. This is one of my favorites. You can see the decayed Master Sword there.
Yeah.
This is absolutely beautiful. So.
I mean, can we talk about that? I know we've seen so many great images. I was like, can I take it? I know, but we've seen so many great images of the Master Sword, but it's the first time with Tears of the Kingdom we're seeing it really decayed and broken like that. And I feel like we're going to need to gather all of our strength to get it back to what it should be.
I know, that's the beauty of this game, and we don't obviously want to spoil too much of it, but very early on you are tasked with exactly that. You see that, basically a great calamity has befallen the land and has befallen the Master Sword, and over the course of a very, very long game, you are going to be doing everything in your power to restore it to its former glory and honestly restore the land to its former glory.
All right, well, let's restore this land with our fans to its full glory because it's already glorious. Let's go and, I think we go and give some fans some things, right? Now, with this game, the fans are going to be able to recreate or create new things, actually, that they're just going to be thinking on the fly. But I think right now we should just give them some scarves.
We want to hand some of these scarves out to our fans and things. So let's do it. You guys want to follow us along?
Yeah, I think we should get some help from the Nintendo team. I'm actually gonna grab a couple myself. Who wants some scarves? Yeah. Yes, let's go. Here we go. Now we have a lot of fans here who are holding their fandom with pride. You're seeing the shirts. You're also seeing the Triforce. You're seeing all of the excitement for The Legend of Zelda. Who loves The Legend of Zelda? Tears of the Kingdom is excited.
Oh, it's Splatoon.
Yes, we love it. We love to see all of it. I have to give another one out. Yeah, I gotta give another one out. All right, here we go. Love the shirts. Love the shirts. Also, we are matching.
Oh, I know. Yes, exactly. I didn't realize before we were getting on camera they were wearing the same thing.
Well, I'm happy it happened. I actually sent you a text earlier, and I was like, hey, Nate, we got a match for this. Everyone.
Yeah, that's right. And actually, I don't know if you can tell because we have these giant Klieg lights on us, but these things glow in the dark, so.
I did not know that. Okay, well, I'm going to go figure out how to see this glow in the dark. Well, I think we should actually see some gameplay as well, so let's get to it.
Let's do it.
More?
Hello and welcome back to Nintendo Treehouse Live. My name is Kay and I'm here with Gabriel and Billy. We're going to take another look at The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom.
Huh?
Billy, where are we at and where are we going?
We are at the Great Sky Island, and we have a long trek ahead. We are going to try to get
Loading.
to shrine here.
Look at my nails.
One of the things that I love that they brought back from Breath of the Wild is being able to tag different elements that you see in the environment and they appear on your map, so you always know where we're going. But as you can see, we only got 4 hearts. We're a little early on in the game, so we're a little bit and we've already got a friend here.
He wants to play.
Yeah, that wants to hang out. And so I'm going to quickly fuse his
Wow, that is
two-handed weapon. So
great.
and goodbye.
Oh, okay, all right. I thought you were going to send him on a little flight.
Try do that. Try to do that.
Ma, y ahí, ¿cómo que ahí se van a quedar todos?
Grab a mushroom
Read it.
fire.
Oh, una noche.
Did you read it?
5.
Ooh.
Thank you.
You're distracted.
Have a chat with each other. And I think it's time to, make an entrance.
Announce yourself.
Starting with a bang, you know. How else would you do it?
Truly.
One thing I did notice is the settings for controls.
Oh,
Not what I needed for buttons. So I am one of those people that I'm an enabler. And I like swapping the jump button, so.
Oh my goodness. Don't worry about
I
it.
love that Billy just created.
Just making an impression.
That was a very quick way to take care of those enemies, and I think that you also were able to create some red choo-choo jelly from that too.
I think so, yeah.
So it was really, really great. And red choo-choo jelly is actually one of the best things to fuse onto arrows, because they basically turn it into fire arrows. So they're very valuable.
Looks like this soldier has a board fused. So I want to match them.
How convenient, there are boards just laying around waiting for you.
So when you attach a board to a weapon, you have the power of wind, and so you can also hit enemies, but they're really, really useful for crowd control.
Yeah.
Also the power of smacking. You know?
Wow. That's a really powerful gust of
You just did a backflip into the water. You do have to be careful because, as you can see, that is
They're a
wood.
little flammable.
So
a little flammable, and it's pretty...
let's cool off in the water here. Oh, fish. I like fish.
Literally. I told AJ Numa about this. About fuse. Hey, why don't we fuse stuff, right? So, and he added it. He added it.
Nice little.
He added it to the game.
I think you should use some of those horns
Good.
that you picked up,
Good idea.
too.
I think that's a good idea because I would like to also have the ability to use my sword. So I'm gonna hold it. Drop it. Switch over to. Let's just use the broadsword.
No. Nice.
That's got a little oomph on it, so I haven't taken any damage yet, but I do
Somehow.
know my skill level, so and I do like to cook, so I am going to grab a couple items here. Yeah, let's grab
Oh, the
some
air
of the
one.
fish that we got, and
Yeah.
some steak, a
Nice.
little surf and turf, and
Season that, thank you.
my mom always told me to use salt. And we'll cook.
Delicious.
What a nice meal.
Delicious.
New.
Well balanced.
Yum.
Sure.
So,
That's new.
16. And I do also want to beef up my shield here. Oh,
Oh,
so that was
that's
use
not
that
exactly
rock
what you
here.
had in mind, was it? There are two different types that you can use. One of them is more of a bludgeoning type, and one of them's a sharper edge type.
Yeah, so now that I've got a one-handed weapon, it makes it so I can use. I can also use my shield as a
Place.
That gives it a bit more durability.
Listen, that's also one of my favorite shields because I'm not great at defense, but like turning your shield into an offensive weapon, into a weapon, 10 out of 10.
One of the nice things about caves is oftentimes you're going to find keys, and keys eyeballs are super helpful,
Yeah.
especially
What the heck is
if
that?
you can at times have bad aim.
Or if you're fighting a moving target.
Yes.
There we go.
One of my favorite additions. Well, like the fuse ability.
So that was a bubble frog, and
Oh
they're
my
new to the
God.
title. They dropped something called Bubble Gem. Collect them all.
See what happens.
So one of the things that I did see when we got in here is this rock wall here. And rock walls aren't totally new to the Legend of Zelda franchise,
Yeah.
and oftentimes you could just use a bomb to get in there, but
Bonflowers are a limited resource.
yeah, you don't want to, I like using, as you guys are well aware, I do like using bombs and arrows a lot, so I want to save those, but by fusing this rock and this
was
sword,
great.
we get back here. And this is something that I love doing in the game. Every time I see a rock wall, I want to get back there because you'll get helpful resources like rubies, amber, that you can use to fuse to items, but you can also sell them to make serious bank.
That's a big draw for me of the caves that you can find. They're very fun to explore because they're full of these new materials and ore deposits and keys and sometimes
Valuable resource.
sometimes treasure too. And the things hiding in caves and behind rock walls are always worth going after. So it's a good idea to make a point of exploring any cave you come across.
So the shrine that we're trying to get to is up there, and so we still have some terrain to cover. This river right here is pretty long and pretty wide, and so I'm going to need a lot of stamina to get across it, and I know that we're this early on in the game that I just don't have it. If you did watch Mr. Aonuma's presentation, you saw that he used Ultra Hand to fuse these 3 logs together with the fan to make a raft. I'm not a big fan of boats, I'll be totally honest with you. So, thanks. So I want to find a couple different ways
That's
that
me.
we can try to traverse this river. So,
The floating Zonai platforms.
so once you select Ultra Hand, everything that you can interact with turns orange, but the ones that you can actually grab that are close enough turn green. So I know I can grab this one. I'm just going to manipulate. Carefully.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So it's here.
Those platforms are great because they'll just maintain their altitude.
Just gonna drop this over here.
Fun hovering.
I want to get up away from the water.
It didn't stick.
Careful with that
Yeah,
fan.
that fan's not attached. It's gonna fall. It's gonna fall. Oh no! Well,
But that's the thing with Ultra Hand too. I can also.
just grab it from the bottom of the water. Yeah, helpful. You might want to stick it on the top
That
so
is
it
a
doesn't
good
fall off.
idea. Do it.
Get up there. Nice.
Attach.
So if I'm getting this right, oh,
But I want to get some verticality out of this thing.
I see. So you don't wanna build a regular ship. You wanna build a sky ship. Kind of
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, I respect that.
You know, this
Hey, head.
Now, since that's too high for me to jump up and hop up there, I'm just going to use Ascend.
How did
And then switch over to Ultra Hand, grab the fan.
I see what you're doing here.
I have no idea what he's doing.
I love that, like, if you just look around at all the things you can interact with and manipulate with Ultra Hand, and really the sky's the limit with the types of things that you can build. Like, look at this. This is flying in style.
That's right.
This is an
how you
airship.
cross the river.
Oh,
Personally, I
this
would
thing
add maybe,
levitates.
like, 1 or 2 more
I
fans,
didn't
but
catch
like
that.
I respect the vision.
That thing was
Cool.
already levitating.
Yeah, you have to be careful though. The more Zonai devices you add, the quicker it'll drain your energy cell. So
Exactly.
this early in the game, 1 fan, maybe 2 fans is probably all you need.
So now I've crossed the river, but I want to try something else. So what I'm going to do is grab this fan off here.
You know, this might be the only way I cross the river ever.
It's
go back.
gonna
Be a little.
wait. What? Like
On this platform.
on this platform?
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah.
It's so much more stylish than the logs.
Like a nice, relaxing little trip.
Yeah, look at that.
Kept my clothes dry too. Until I.
Oh, what were you saying?
All right, let's see what else we can use to get over here. So,
Yeah, if you just turn on Ultra Hand and just take a look at all
that.
of those things.
There's so many options.
And like, what are you gonna do with a pot? You know, like you never know. You could do something really fun with one.
Yeah, no, I appreciate how much you have to play with.
Exactly. Think of the crazy things you can build with all this stuff.
Grab this fan here. I'm a fan of fans.
But not a fan of boats.
No.
How about we're establishing Billy lore?
Billy Lore. And let's see how this goes. I don't.
Absolutely have a plan here, and I'm really excited to see
I have some thoughts. I'm curious to see if I can actually. There we go. Do it as far as it's perfect. Okay.
That is
How
precarious.
does that make you feel?
It's very precarious. I feel like
So what I'm gonna actually mix and match a couple of abilities here. So
Okay.
what I'm gonna do is use Ultra Hand to lift that
wow, look at the reach on
crate
Really good reach.
as
That's
far as I
crazy.
can go,
that. Do not fall off the platform,
and now
or you will
back
drop it
here.
into the bottom of the river.
Carefully place it here. Now
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna use another one of Link's abilities, and this is
Uh-huh.
Recall. So I'm gonna recall where
Oh.
that crate was. Let's see.
Wow. Okay, so now you're just traveling the path that you created using Ultra Hand and giving yourself some height. Oh, are you gonna make it? Are you gonna make it?
Oh, it's gonna be so close.
A little short. Oh.
I believe.
Yeah, I think I got enough
I
stamina,
believe
so I am gonna make it
can make
across.
Oh.
Yes.
You know, that
was
is
good.
a
That was
very,
so good. That was really good.
very creative use of the materials you had on
Yeah,
hand.
everyone is pretty good.
I especially like the idea of creating your own updraft with the fan. We should note, though, that the first time you're here on the Great Sky Island, you don't actually have the paraglider, so that solution won't work. Unless you
Why
come
don't
back
you have
and
a
try
paraglider? Oh my God, look at the
advanced
map.
course of river crossing.
But that's one of the things I love about this game is being able to find different creative ways and different options. I'm just gonna hit one of those choo-choos. Find different ways that you want to accomplish objectives, whether that's in a shrine, whether you're out in the world. It's just really fun to mix and match these things. If they work, they work. If they don't, just a lot of trial and error, and it's fun.
It is. It's great to ask yourself, like, can I do that? Will that actually work? And a lot of the times the answer is yes.
Yeah.
And it's actually a lot of fun.
So it looks
I
like
also
we've
just
got.
like the idea of like coming back with more resources and trying different ways to get across
Right.
places.
Right.
Fun.
Okay, well, there is a captain construct down there, and we just saw it fuse something, or we're seeing it now.
A barrel.
A barrel?
It's fusing
Or
stuff.
not. His plans have been spoiled. His buddy. Like, no.
I am going to attach these two logs in here because they're throwing things at me.
Oh my gosh. Oh, now he's attempting to fuse again. Oh, he made a
Is it a board?
guster, yeah. What's your plan,
Flint.
Billy?
The Billy way.
Oh.
Power of 5.
Oh no. Oh my gosh.
What you going to do now?
That was absolute overkill.
A little chaos never hurt anybody.
Beautiful.
And we're just going to get out
Love
here.
seeing it all go up in flames.
Well,
We're going to leave the cart
it was
behind.
a valiant effort on behalf of the constructs. Unfortunately, they were not prepared to fight Billy Berghammer.
No. So we're going to hop into this cave here, and I like roller coasters, so
We love
just, there we go.
It just clicks on
It's all
there.
about the design. And grab a fan.
Wow.
Sweet.
Oh, I thought that you did it this time, but it's actually a little bit off center, and that pains me in my soul.
Don't give me the
Creative
business about
vision.
yes.
I support
Ooh,
it.
and you're
I
very,
support
very,
it.
very
Listen,
dark.
it works. That's all we need, I guess.
He said begrudgingly.
So when you're playing Tears of the Kingdom, you're going to encounter caves that are extremely dark and also, like as you saw, pitch black. And you've been seeing me picking up these bright bloom seeds as we've been going on. Now there are a number of ways that you can use bright bloom seeds to brighten up, literally, what you're trying to see.
There they are.
There we go. And so I'm going to drop one of these. So this is a simple way. Just grab it out of your inventory
Whack it.
and whack it.
Sweet.
So cool.
They're so cute.
You can also throw. nice little.
That's
lightning
one of my
pack.
favorite ways to do it because it doesn't expend any resources.
Yeah, I do like expending resources, as you can see. And so you can also attach one to an arrow and just loft one into an area, and it just brightens it up. Now that can
That's
be
really handy if you're in a really big open space that's dark.
Let's see what we've got over here. Okay, so that was that dark, so this is pretty light, but you never know what you're going to see on the other side. There could be treasure. There could be really
Enemies.
scary
Something
things.
terrifying.
But just even attaching one to the
Yeah.
the ceiling of where you're in,
Improve your visibility overall.
It's
super
really
useful.
it's really helpful.
Yeah.
So anytime you find a cave, to recap, go in and take everything. Take all the bright bloom seeds and all the other stuff you can find.
Well,
Yeah, absolutely.
I've been taking up a lot of gameplay time. Gab, would you like to play?
I'm so ready.
There you go.
Let's go.
Let's get at it.
But first of all, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No. First of all, I'm gonna right some wrongs here. Not to call anyone out specifically, but yeah, I need that to not be like that.
You do you.
I want to use this cute little weapon that
Cute little raper.
you made. Yeah. So I see a railing here, so let's go ahead and create a
Go for
fun
another
little.
ride.
Yeah. But this time, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna take out a fan from a Zonai device capsule, and so these are one-use items. The fan isn't one use, but the capsules. Once you take out the item, you can't put it back in. But basically, it's a super handy way to just have just resources at hand, so you can create your fun vehicles or your shenanigans
Wow.
as you go. What a view, right?
I know. You're gonna give Billy
It's-
vertigo.
Okay, so look down.
So look down.
No, but truly,
Wow, that's sunset.
I love the Sky Islands and just like the view from above
Oh,
is
cool.
breathtaking. So okay, to kind of stay on task here, let me look at the map real quick because I'm someone who gets lost very easily, so I'm very happy for the pins. I guess we're going that way, but first I want to show off this fun little gadget.
Yeah.
So this is a Zonai device dispenser, and how it works is basically you can use construct horns or Zonai charges to get Zonai device capsules. So I
What are
just
device
used
capsules?
5 soldier construct horns.
Oh, random.
And, let's see, we'll get some fun stuff.
Gumball
out.
machine.
When you use horns, it's a 1-to-1 rate, so you'll get one device for every horn you dumped in. But if you use Zonai charges, you get a little bit more of an increased return on your investment.
Yeah, and you just toss them in like you're cooking. Pretty simple to use.
The gumball machine.
But
so cool.
super helpful. So as you saw, we got some fans,
Oh my
we got
goodness.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
some portable pots, and one of my personal favorites, some flame emitters.
Yeah.
Another
that's how
cool
you get
thing
them.
is that once you discover these, you can actually look them up in your map. They'll be marked with this symbol, and you'll be able to see exactly the kinds of device capsules that you can get from that particular device dispenser.
And each dispenser has a different variety of devices available, so it's worth trying to seek them out, and you can make return trips to them as needed.
Yeah, absolutely. I know we have to go the other way, but like, listen, I can't resist a Korok in need. You know,
He's so cute with his little backpack.
little backpack.
Little backpack. Yeah.
Homie overpacked. Me whenever I go home, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see what we got to work with. I see. Listen, I'm a fan of the roller coaster ride, so like,
Well, and there is a rail leading up to
it says friend.
Friends, so
Let's do that. But you know, we just got a whole bunch of capsules. Like,
Jesus, this looks like
let's
okay.
more than
a
one.
whole
Let's-
all ass
Ow!
inside
Nice
to the
catch.
kingdom.
It's fine.
That's insane.
What do you mean? That was totally planned.
Yeah, great. I could not have done that any better.
And okay, this is my
Beautiful.
vision. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me put this
It's
here.
gonna be a
Capestas.
fast
It's gonna be.
Oh,
Excuse me.
you missed.
I would like. Did I miss again? Okay, hold on. There we go.
There we
Third
go.
time's the charm, indeed. Okay, and let's help our little friend.
Let's
Listen,
go.
I want to give him the true like
I mean,
roller coaster
You should
experience.
turn him so he's
so
facing forward at least.
Gata
I don't
fea.
think we catched
the
him either.
call.
Gata
On a
fea.
roller coaster that went backwards, you just don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gata
is he
cochina.
catched?
I think so.
Gata Zelda.
No, he's
Oh,
not.
maybe not. Okay, it's fine. Listen,
Well, he's in the
That'll be
same
great.
part with you. You're fine.
it'll be great. It'll be great. That was probably for the best.
It was a very safe, very gentle ride. A little fast, but you know.
I wanted it to go a little faster, but wait, hold on. Kinda.
There we go.
Okay, sir. You need to be out of this ride. Oh no!
Oof is right.
I'm so sorry.
This poor Korok.
It's okay.
Sweating a little
It's
bit.
all. Listen, it's all good. It's. Those are. Don't you just sweat when you're having so much fun? Like that's what's happening right now.
Yes.
Their backpack is full of pillows, so it's fine.
No Koroks were harmed during this little trip. It was fine.
And important Korok seeds too.
Yes. And actually, I'm gonna take. I'm gonna go ahead and use recall to go back. Oh right, we crashed for.
It is nice that you can just follow exactly the path,
Mhm.
go backwards, and you can see the path before you commit too. So if you cast recall on something and then see, oh wait, no, that's not where I want to go, you can cancel it earlier.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess we're approaching some.
Oh yeah, the cold environment.
Yeah. Okay.
Some snowy mountaintops. So cold
Terrible.
environments. If you played Breath of the
Volleys.
Wild, you'll remember that the cold environments will cause you damage if you're not properly prepared for them.
Blue
Um,
fire.
And
Oh
yeah, what are you
my.
doing to prepare for the
So,
cold environment?
so I just took out one of the portable pots that we got just to show it off. These are a one-time use, so it will poof out of existence once I cook on it. But I just feel like it's a really helpful addition because you won't always have access to pots wherever you are. But if you have these, you can make food on the go. So
On the
that's
go.
fun.
And it's worth noting that they will also work in the rain because their
Yes.
fire is protected. So they are very handy to keep.
That is really good.
Okay, so I'm cooking.
Really
what are
cool.
what are we feeling for this meal?
How about chicken
Okay,
leg,
we do chicken
little
and
salt.
No.
yeah, we gotta spice it. Okay.
Yeah.
Steak.
I think that'll be.
But I don't think
that'll
they
be
had
good.
steak.
Yeah, if I hit-
Chicken wings.
I'm hungry.
That means you're doing your job right.
Nice.
Ooh, perfect. So
Right,
we'll,
pot disappeared.
yeah. But now we can.
And now we're
Away.
going into the cave rather than going into the cold environment.
Listen, I can't resist a cave.
Who can?
There, you see, there is already potential here for discovery.
Well, and the caves are also a great place to get out of the elements too. So if you're in the middle of a cold environment, you go into a cave, you can warm up a little bit.
Sweet. Look at that ruby. Look at all these
Nice.
bright bloom seeds. Listen,
What
caves
a
are
trove.
filled with resources, as we keep saying. Like they're worth definitely worth checking out. Actually,
Okay.
now I'm here.
It's time.
We got some rubies. Let me just.
Oh yeah.
Who might me? While I do the thing.
Yeah, this is another great playstyle, preparing your weapons and shields and such with fuse before you actually get into battle.
You know, there's a missed opportunity
Thoughtful
here.
about what
They should have
you're
made the
preparing and maybe
They shouldn't just put it at the
experiment a little bit
top.
more
They should have
in the heat of it.
actually fused
They're trying to
the
have-
ruby with the sword, so the sword is not
Don't mind
glowing.
listen.
And like that, like.
I mean, that's really cool.
I don't really like
It's-
it.
I
I don't
mean-
really like the sword that has the tip. Of the,
Yeah, it's very handy.
they
And,
should have
you know,
he actually
we're talking about
fused it
exploring
inside.
But
Give it the ability to fire.
I'm over it.
Yeah.
I got what I wanted.
Let's
So
go.
like, I'm
Send.
gonna bounce.
Well, we'll leave the rest of the cave for the viewers at home
Yeah.
to discover on their own.
Whoa, that's so
I just
cool.
love using Ascend to
Ascend.
just, popping out in different areas. I do like to glance around for a bit, make sure there's no
No surprises.
Bad
No
things.
surprises.
So cool.
It's a good chance
Yeah, it is.
to eat my meal.
Yeah. It is worth noting that you could have backed out too if you had popped out in this environment and there was a baddie waiting for you. You could nope right
back.
out of there if you wanted.
Yeah. I just love that all these new abilities just give you a brand new way to interact with the environment and to play, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
Uh-huh.
No.
Nope.
Okay.
Stay on task.
All right. Okay.
Thank you. We are taking the nice off-road route. over
Listen,
here.
that's where the good stuff is. Like I haven't found anything yet, but I
mean,
always
we're
like taking those side roads
Oh.
just to see
We're still heading in the right general direction, so.
see what's up. Oh, I guess bad guys. That's
another
fun.
captain construct. Time to show off your.
I want to see. Oh,
Oh,
look.
he's fusing. What's he got? Oh,
Oh.
he
Also
copied.
embracing the
Oh.
power of fire. Oh, they seem like they're having a lot of fun, but I want to kind of join in.
Cooking
Oh.
choo-choos.
Wow.
That looks,
He handled himself.
yeah, he did. He
Really
did not
well.
need my help, but also I want that thing that you have, sir. so
Please be
can I-
very careful.
Yeah.
Listen, I have the power of fire on my side.
Oh
what
my
could
God.
go wrong?
Whoa.
Was that not beautiful?
You
That
made
was
very short work of that.
Very nice.
Wait, can you just
Can I show?
show off your sword for a second?
Yes. Look,
Because
I turned it into a rod of beautiful
Fireball.
fireball shooting.
that is everything I
weaponry.
want in a weapon.
No,
I know, but
that's
also-
so
And you still were able to
cool.
just hit him over the head with
Still, I wish it would actually fuse, not just stick
Oh.
together.
I need to embrace
Now
for
you
a
are ready.
moment
So
the
cool.
true power of fire. Yes.
it. I mean, that worked out really well, especially in a cold environment.
that was great.
That's great.
And now that you're clearly, very clearly set up for success, okay, would you like to take over?
Sure.
You have the power of fire.
I appreciate that, and with great power comes great responsibility, and so I'm going to unequip the fire.
Kay said no.
Kay said I don't trust myself with a weapon like this, so I'm actually going to create one of my favorite shields. Yes,
What?
thank you for the reminder. And I'm just gonna
A meat shield.
make a meat shield. That's my favorite thing to do.
But what does
My question
that
is,
do?
I have two questions.
Yes.
One, is it useful? Two, is it delicious?
Yes and yes.
Dope. Okay. I support it.
No,
I'm
wait,
gonna
the
restock
bonfire!
on some stuff in
They're back
here.
from Wind Waker.
Being-
Always.
Always.
The same design and everything.
Also, always destroy the deposit.
Absolutely.
You never know what stuff you're gonna find.
Also, can we talk about how beautiful this cave is? Right
Yes.
The lush
Oh my
cave. It's a
gosh.
lush cave.
Look at all the huge tree roots.
In the
I
mist.
love it. This is my favorite one
Yeah.
for the roots and such. Let's go up and see what we have here. I think we're pretty close to our destination by now.
Look at
Oh.
them. They're like in
Hello.
4K.
Hello, friends.
It used to be like a cartoon
I,
edition.
Question
Wind
mark.
Waker.
I have some tasty meat for you.
Oh
Do
my
you
god,
like
what
it?
are those?
It likes you. Maybe
Sure
a little
does.
too much.
Okay, well, but it liked my hammer better
More
than
than your
my
shield,
That's okay. That one hurt, and it's distracted.
You didn't ask for dietary restrictions, Kay.
You're
so
right.
clearly
Maybe
that's
it's a
on you.
vegetarian. Oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna just eat this surf and turf.
Yeah.
You just
Fill up
wasted.
that damage because that was a lot, and yeah, let's just take this Reaper. That seems like that'd be a good idea.
Bomb
All right.
flower. I can't
Well, that
believe
was
they
a
added
like,
it.
and they are not new to the series, but they're new to this title.
I really like that they're back. I appreciate it.
They are actually terrifying.
Yeah,
though.
actually.
Hey,
Like, really, like look how gross it is.
They're not new to the series?
Like I do not,
drooling?
I do not want to come across one of these in the middle of a dark cave. Let me tell
Oh no.
Let me
Right
tell
before
ya.
Andy.
This one seems like it's guarding a treasure chest. And
You want to go for it?
I do not, because that is just an accident waiting to happen. So see you later. I do not want to experience a like belly again. That was not fun. And we're coming out into the cold environment again, and I have about 2 minutes left on my cold resistance, but I don't like being on a timer, so I'm just gonna put some warm sweats on.
Yeah, me either.
And now I'm good to go, even if that resistance wears off.
I assume you can find those around here somewhere, maybe?
Yep, I think so. You'll
You think?
take a look and see for yourself.
Fair.
Okay, well, thank you for that.
Ooh, yeah. Pick up all those choo-choo
The
jellies.
Gab is all about the fire, but I'm all about the ice.
Nice. Listen, we balance each other out.
All
And
right.
Billy's just about explosions, so...
Yeah, I can get behind that too.
What an
So
ice
we are
mountain.
trying to get up there.
A
The shrine is right
glacier.
there.
Oh my
But
god,
this,
that's a shrine.
This wall here is covered in ice, and it's a little slippery.
A little bit.
A little bit. I don't think we'll be able to. I don't think I'll be able to make that, especially not with the equipment I currently have. But we do have
Did they
some
add
trees over
boots
here.
with spikes
So
on
I'm going
them?
to cut down a few trees and try to make something I can climb up. I don't have an axe. I have some sharp weapons, but I don't want to really ruin their durability. But I do have this stone shield that Billy made.
Wonderful.
And when in doubt, be a little creative and out of the box. Take that tree. Take that and that
Just
and
no wax.
one of those. And can I make it? Oh,
So close.
Well, I guess I'll just
But this is what I was saying, right? Like, you can turn shields into
axes.
weapons
Yeah.
and, like, useful, like, just tools.
Yeah,
It's
you
really helpful.
absolutely could. So there is another sharp rock down there, so I'm gonna go ahead and fuse it to my thick stick, and now I have a
An
big
axe. An actual axe.
Yes. And I'm gonna cut down one more tree because I don't think 2 is gonna cut it.
Get
There
it?
we go. That was really nice. Okay, and then
I wonder when I'm gonna get to hear the kingdom.
fuse these babies together. And
I don't
I
know
am
when.
kind of a perfectionist when it comes to building stuff, so it always takes me a really long time because I'm like, no,
Well,
I
no,
want it to
I-
be
fine.
perfect.
I don't have to get it.
Billy and I, on the other hand, are like, oh, it's
That
on there, it worked.
Okay, this is not quite right still. It's a little difficult to do this when the logs are rolling. There we go.
I thought you did pretty great,
Yeah.
considering it was moving.
And that's the thing I really love about Ultra Hand. It's really easy to quickly grab and manipulate items and put them together or
Yeah.
make them do what you want them to do.
You know what?
It's amazing
We
how
are
this is
gonna-
a Japanese
That's
company.
pretty, that's pretty
We're,
even.
we're gonna
Right.
go with it. We're gonna go with it.
Even
This will give me a little bit
because
of
it's a
a
Japanese
boost,
company,
and I'm just gonna
it's-
stick it right here.
Has
Hope it doesn't
many,
fall
many
on me.
flaws.
I think we're good. I felt everyone
didn't
cringe on this couch. We're fine, you guys. Look, we're fine. We're totally not gonna
The way I
fall
was
when I get to
expecting
the
it to
top
topple
of
over.
this. Hey,
We did it.
We did
Look
it.
at that.
We did it. That was a little precarious, but
Oh.
we managed to climb up.
What a strange
the wall
shrine. What
using
is that?
our makeshift ladder, and obviously that's not the only solution. So please look forward to being able to test out a bunch of different things. So now with this beautiful vista here, we are at the shrine, and that's all the time we have for this segment. So thank you very much for tuning in.
No.
We've got a lot more in store for you. Sit tight, and we'll be back soon. See you later. Now that we've seen some abilities, I think we've explored a lot on
That
the Great
shirt.
Sky
I
Island.
want that shirt.
I think I'd like to actually thank our guests for joining us. We have, on behalf of the entire Zelda development team, the director of The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, Hidemaru Fujibayashi. Thank you so much for joining us.
お越しいただいてありがとうございます。
Now you're coming all the way from Japan to New York City. How do you like New York?
日本からニューヨークに来てくださってニューヨークいかがでしょうか。
僕初めてニューヨークなんですね、今回が。でずっと日本からこの現場を動画とかでよく見てたんですけど、その本番に一度は行ってみたいと思ってて、今日夢が叶ってすごく喜んでます。
I need that shirt.
So, this is actually my first time in New York, and I've seen what New York is like from TV and movies and footage and whatnot, so I've been kind of dreaming about it. So it's great to actually finally be here. It's like a dream come true.
Now, one of the things New York is known for is New York steak. And Link likes to enjoy a little bit of steak as well in the game. So, did you get to enjoy some?
ニューヨークといえばやはりニューヨークステーキが有名で、リンクもステーキを作るのが好きなんですが、ニューヨークステーキは召し上がれましたでしょうか？
そうなんですよね。もうリンクも好きなだけあって、
ですよね
僕もステーキは大好きで、せっかくニューヨークに来たからそのニューヨークステーキを昨日食べたんですよ。それも想像以上に大きくて太くて、分厚くて美味しくてもうたくさん食べ過ぎてお腹いっぱいになりました。
Yeah, like Link, I also like steak, and we are here. So I went, I think it was last night, to get some New York steak, and it was way thicker, way bigger than I had imagined, and it really filled me up, and it was wonderful.
So no room for dessert.
デザートはちょっと入らなかったと。
デザートもまたでっかいシャーベットが出てきてそれもお腹いっぱい食べました。美味しかったです。
Oh no, there was dessert, and we had this sorbet, and it was huge.
Oh, yeah.
It was
Oh, so your stamina bar is very high now.
スタミナ頑張りゲージもかなり満杯ってことですね。
そうですね。もう今日も頑張っていけます。
Okay,
I'm all good. I'm all set to go today.
Now, Fujibayashi-san, can you tell us a little bit about the other games in the franchise that you've worked on?
過作で携わったゲームに関して何か教えていただけますでしょうか？
そうですね。最近だと、前作
の
ブレスオブザワイルド、そしてその前のスカイオードソードなどが僕がディレクターさせていただいているゲームになりますね。
In recent years, obviously it's the last game, Breath of the Wild, Legend of the Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and also Legend of Zelda, Skyward Sword were two games that I were directors on.
Now,
No
it must
wonder.
be exciting to see this come to Tears of the Kingdom. And as we saw in the Nintendo Treehouse Live segment, it seems that Breath of the Wild, players will need to shift their thought from that game into Tears of the Kingdom. So what do you think is most important for players to adjust when going into Tears of the Kingdom?
今回の任天堂ツリーハウスライブを見ると、ブレスオブザワイルドのプレイヤーはティアーズをプレイするときに考え方をかなり変える必要があるようですが、今回プレイヤーが考え方を調整するにあたって何が一番大事だと思うんでしょうか？
そうですね。前作ブレスオブザワイルドは、遊ばれてたお客様がソーシャルメディアとかでよく、記憶をね一度消してもう一度、最初から遊びたいっていうようなコメントをよく僕は目にしてたんですけども、それをまさにティアーズ・オブ・ザ・キングダムでは実現しているかなと思っています。ブレスオブザワイルドをプレイされた時と同じかそれ以上の、驚きや感動っていうものが用意されているはずですので、されています。そしてまた、同じように謎解きやストーリーが一新されていますのでぜひ、体験していただいて、遊んでもらってまた感動を体験してもらいたいですね。
I remember a couple of social media posts that were posted by Breath of the Wild players, and they had mentioned that they wish they could clear out or reset their memories and play the game again. And that's exactly what we want to realize with the Tears of the Kingdom. We really built the game such that you can really have the same experience that players have had when they first played Breath of the Wild, or perhaps even better. And with that, we've added an entirely new set of puzzles, an entirely new story that you can really put your teeth into. So I really implore everybody to kind of have a clean slate in terms of memory as they embark on their adventure.
Well, let's talk about the players for a little bit because obviously there's different elements of the game. So what element would you say the development team is most excited about seeing fans and players experience?
要素がいっぱいあって、開発チームが最も期待してそしてプレイヤーがどのようにするかという点で最も興味がある要素っていうのは何でしょうか？
これまでのツリーハウスライブでもいろいろと、実演されていたんですけれどもお客様がリンクの新しい能力を使って、想像して僕たちが想像もしていなかったような武器とか乗り物っていうものを作られるんじゃないかなと思っていて、そういったユニークなものを見ることができるのをすごく楽しみにしています。
You know, as it was already demonstrated through the Treehouse Live segments, I think that with the use of Link's new abilities, people are going to be able to create weapons, vehicles that really go beyond the imagination of even us, the dev team. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what
the dev team just created all these, but
this.
they don't know the possibilities
Right now,
that they have just
you've
created.
been working on Tears of the Kingdom for quite some time now.
Oops.
So how does it feel to finally be releasing the game? And does it feel like, you know, does it feel
I
like,
just got behind.
you know, to see the excitement of fans? So how does that feel?
今回の本作の開発には何年も携わっていて、今やっとリリースに至って、そしてここのイベントに参加しているファンの盛り上がりを見て、今どのように感じていますでしょうか。
そうですね、もうその皆さんと同じように僕も今すごく興奮しています。たくさんのね、今回のゲームには隠し要素とか謎解きが世界各地に散りばめて作ってありますので、そのハイラルの大地をゆっくりと探索して楽しんでもらいたいと思っています。
You know, simply put and honestly put, I'm just as excited. There's really countless hidden secrets and puzzles strewn across the world. So I'd really love it if you just take your time and really take all that the land of Hyrule has to offer you in this new adventure.
All right, well, you heard it right here. Take your time going on this new adventure. Ray, thank you so much for translating.
Exactly. That's exactly why I will be
joining us. And with that, I think it's time that we head into our next segment with the Nintendo Treehouse team.
Hello and welcome back to Nintendo Treehouse Live. My name is Kendra and I'm up here with my friends Jose and Sam, and we are playing The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. We are down spelunking in a cave at the moment, and we're going to talk a bit more about caves, but one thing I also want to say right out of the gate is that we're going to be introducing a brand new ability later on in the segment, so stick around. We have not shown it anywhere yet, and we're really pumped to show you, but let's get right into it, into this cave that we're exploring.
Look at the helmet.
So, one thing about caves in this game is that they are far more expansive than they were in Breath of the Wild. So, Zelda games are all about exploration. They're all about just looking all over the place.
Do we?
And previously in Breath of the Wild, we would explore above ground. In this game, we're going to explore above ground, we're going to explore up in the sky, and we're going to explore underground. So, Sam, you want to talk a little more about...
I wonder what it smells like down here.
Yeah. So, caves were obviously in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, but they're much more prominent in Tears of the Kingdom. And part of the reason for that is because the world of Hyrule in Tears of the Kingdom has experienced an event called the Upheaval. And the Upheaval has changed the landscape in many ways. The castle has risen into the air, some sky islands have appeared, but it's also opened up and exposed all of these cave systems.
Yeah, that's why we couldn't get to them.
You can find entrances to these caves just running around exploring in a field. You might find an entrance, or climbing on a cliffside and you might find an entrance into one of these caves. And as you mentioned,
we couldn't get into them before
they're much more
just playing Hyrule
expansive
Castle
than they were before. Like, you never know what you're going to find down in these caves.
It's
like a like.
Yeah.
Super gross looking. And you've already found so much stuff just in the few minutes we've been in here.
You've done some mining. You've gotten some good ores.
We gotta talk about. Yeah, I'm like, we gotta talk about the hood because wow.
Yeah. So let's take a quick look. This is
Ravio,
which is a returning item from the Breath of the Wild. You may remember that
DLC
in Breath of the Wild, this was tied to the Champion's Ballad, and it was a treasure that you can find out in the world. I'm here to tell you, you can actually find this out in your adventure.
Look at those horns. Look at those horns. Look at the horns.
Cool. Oh yeah, and Ravio's my personal favorite character.
It looks like Midna's Ember headdress.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
So check this out. You may recognize this headdress
from...
The
giant rocks.
Yes, the giant rocks.
Yeah, they're
really
resembling... They're resembling...
but this
it's part of your ensemble.
Was in
definitely
trailer 3.
resembling
It looked really cool. You may have noticed Link using it on horseback, which was really neat. And I'm also going to switch up.
Oh, real quick, yeah. Can you go back to the headdress?
Why
Oh,
would
yeah,
she?
sure.
There's no Twilight.
Yeah, so this is a new piece of armor, like you mentioned, but with it comes a new armor ability, that hot weather
Hot
attack.
weather attack.
So there are going to be new armor abilities that are tied to new pieces of
I
armor.
want to buy it already.
So I've got a rock
I wanna
hammer.
get it.
You saw me break through some walls earlier. It
money
takes a
though.
couple swing, but there is a more efficient way to do this. So we're going to switch on over to a two-handed weapon, a thick stick, and we're going to use fuse on this round rock over here. And
I just want to mention real quick, we're going to stay away from that like.
Yeah,
'cause
it's-
we know what happens when you get close to a like.
oh yeah,
and
yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah.
But look at this hammer though. Look how much
Whoa.
more efficient this is for digging.
Yeah.
Kind of getting through. I'm gonna break this.
Where did
one.
Like-Likes come
I
out?
get really caught
Not
up.
for
Ooh,
Twilight Princess or
go get
Breath
that,
of
go
the
get
or
that.
Breath of the Wild? Not Twilight Princess, Breath of the Wild. Okay, go.
All right, come here. All right.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
it's a sticky lizard, so let's check out the description.
Yeah, you can see there it says it could be an asset
Exposed.
for a climber on wet surfaces if it were mixed into elixir. So if you played Breath of the Wild, you know that climbing while it was raining it could be a trying experience. So
That's a
being
nice way
able
to put it.
yeah, being
I
able
love
to make
that
an
helmet.
elixir to help with that is
Love
big,
those
a
horns.
big deal.
All right, so we're back to our like,
Little
which
friend.
you know
I
we're gonna try
love
to avoid.
that
and
shield,
I'm going to
the-
switch shields
Lionel
because
shield.
in a prior segment we showed you the spring Zonai device, and we showed it'll spring you into the air. You can fuse it to a shield or to a weapon. I'm gonna
Right,
fuse it
and-
back to my shield.
Enemies will bounce off of it when they attack it when it's on your shield.
Yeah,
It's
but if you
multi-purpose.
shield surf, well, there we
No.
go.
Oh.
You get like a pogo
Oh,
action.
it's
Okay.
so
Okay.
cool!
Maybe
Yeah,
a little too pogo.
it's
but
like a big
The
pogo
bomb
stick.
flowers.
The first time you showed that to me in the office, I shouted something really loud. I
for
hope
sure.
I hope nobody was around.
yeah. So
I was Sam. I heard you.
I was there, and let me tell you, it was loud. So the bomb flower
I didn't know you
picked
could
up.
do that.
Yeah, I picked up a bomb flower, and you'll see here that you can fuse it to an arrow. And of course, there were bomb arrows in the previous game, but here you're improvising them with
Windmaker.
materials, which is all about fuse and what it does. I'm actually going to switch my shield back because
Well,
there
it's
is an
nice
enemy.
that those bombs were there because it allowed you a different way to get through that wall.
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay, and you are really actually going to leave it alone this
Yeah,
time.
look at the little stone
These little
pedlet.
ones are super cute. They have really cute little legs, and Jose is gonna kill it.
They are not going to survive.
Violently too.
Oh.
We're not here to make friends, all right? If it had been a little friendlier, maybe. If you want to save arrows, you can throw bombs instead, which I'm going to do here. You definitely want to keep
Yeah,
an eye on
stand
arrows.
back.
Yep, stand back, let it rip, let the explosion happen. All right, there we go.
Oh yeah, this is really cool. So this is clearly an existing structure that we're walking into now that someone has built. And this is like it's
Sorry.
integrated into part of the cave system.
Yeah,
It's
this
neat.
is-
Like you've kind of broken into this
it
this
out.
area.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and it really makes you wonder like,
Well-
what else you're gonna find down here.
Right.
I'll tell
Like
you
another
what,
like, yeah.
No, not dealing with that. But I am going to check what's in the box over here.
A
Okay.
conspicuous set of rocks.
Yep, and there's a chest, so let's just ultra hand. It's not just for attaching items.
Right.
Just pull this out,
Yeah.
put it over here.
I had that revelation when I was pulling rush rooms off of a wall with Ultra Hand. I was like, oh, I could just use it to reach things.
Oh yeah, that.
Oh, cool. And the item that you just found.
Yes, the item that I just got is a pretty good charge sword that I like.
Yeah, it has
Nice.
it has an ability on it, the charge attack stamina.
Look
Yep,
at
very, very
Link.
cool. Actually,
Oh my
before
god, he
I
looks
try
so
something
good.
on this,
His
I'm
horns,
just gonna drop
You're
another sword.
scheming.
horns, and
Yeah, I'm
and-
scheming.
and
I just want
his
this
arm.
spear for later because it will probably be helpful. So now I'm not going to throw the sword. I promise. We just got that.
You're
Instead,
gonna throw meat.
I'm
So
all
you're gonna
about
throw a
I'm
stick.
all about
Oh,
the details
to
of these
distract
games.
it.
And one of my favorite things is kind of experimenting with enemies and just to see what they respond to. If
Yeah.
you played Breath of the Wild, you know that they would respond to
Ew.
critters and things in general. What you didn't know is that do enjoy their choice meats.
Oh, you're just running right up under it, huh?
But we're also experimenting to see how smart the like is.
Yes.
We're gonna
See
find
what-
out.
I suppose
We'll see. It's gotta finish eating that snack.
Well distracted.
And are you intelligent?
No!
Not very. Not very. Okay.
Not.
Cool.
Alright,
Oh, bye.
well,
I mean,
Yeah.
that's a classic way to attack a like. You know,
Absolutely.
in previous Zelda games, that's what you might do.
Jose.
What?
Jose.
If it doesn't swing, I'll leave it alone. No, never mind. That's one.
They are enemies, Kendra. They will attack you.
That won't mean a little. It's fine.
All right, I'm gonna switch up my shield and my base weapon. I'm using just to show folks, extra durable wooden stick, which is gonna be useful because we have actually this blue rock over here is much more difficult to get through. It's just a little more resilient, and so in order to avoid that, and just to show folks, right, because we want to demonstrate this, you'll see that just a couple of swings of this hammer, it's not breaking as quickly as it was earlier.
Right.
Yeah, so
We don't have time for that.
we don't. So I'm going to switch over to this stick. I'm going to go over to my Zonai devices, and I happen to have 2 cannons here. I actually have a bunch of cannons, but I'm going to take 2 of them out. I'm going to drop them right in front of me, and then I'm going to use fuse, and I'm going to make a cannon club and a cannon shield. And like, check me out. Like, I am ready to dig.
That looks pretty sweet.
Really could look.
Only slightly ridiculous.
It's intense.
Mostly very cool.
That's
If you want to stand back, or you can use the R button to throw. Instead, you'll aim the cannon shot, which I think is the better way to do this.
Yeah.
But you can also use your shield and just pull out.
That's
I
better.
want to mention real quick, yes, Zonai devices are powered by your energy cell. And as you
Stamina.
could see down there, we've expanded this energy cell, which is something that you're going to be able to do throughout the course of your game, is permanently upgrade the capacity of that energy cell.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
All right, so we've got some
Okay.
enemies up here on the little bridge. I want to prepare for this, because being prepared before battle is probably better than improvising as you go. I'm going to switch over to a 2-handed. You could just run.
Yeah,
I like it. Just charge.
Yeah.
Charge.
Here's my
Go
silver
get it.
shield. I'm going to drop it. You may have seen this in the last trailer, specifically trailer 3 for Tears of the Kingdom.
Right.
But you can now use a shield to a 2-handed weapon. And what comes with this is actually super cool, because you'll notice the ready stance is very different.
Yeah.
More defensive. And so if I run up to this enemy right here, you'll see that when this little goblin takes a swing at me, I can block.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
pretty
It's like in the
neat.
trailer.
We've seen how
Oh.
you can turn a shield into an offensive
Look at this
weapon
place.
in a previous segment by attaching materials or weapons to it, or even
Like
Zonai
that.
devices like the cannon that you have. But by fusing that shield to your 2-handed weapon, you now no longer have to sacrifice defense. Because if you remember, with a 2-handed weapon before, you couldn't ready a shield because both of your hands were occupied.
Do it.
And now you have that defense.
And you can also play keep play.
Nice.
And
Bye.
all right.
But
So,
yeah, let's take a moment just to look at where we are.
Yeah, let's
This is a
check it out.
really
Roll
neat
around.
environment.
Yeah.
Well, and what I love is that you don't know what you're going to find as you continue spelunking through the cave, right? Like every single wall you break through brings you into a new area. There might be enemies, there might be treasure, there might be structures down there. So it's definitely
Yeah,
very
good stuff.
interesting checking out these different areas.
And wait,
looks like it goes
do
on
that-
too, but we're not going to go in
It
that
does.
direction.
I was like, yeah, we could definitely go there. But
to Kendra's point, even the enemies in this game are now treasure because of the materials that you can get from them and how you can use them in fuse.
yeah, absolutely.
So, you know, the materials that you get from an enemy can now power up your weapons and make them really strong. So it's worthwhile to come down into
No,
this
I like the
cave
cannon.
and to see what you can find.
Yeah, and I said this previously in our previous segment, but I am really stoked to see what people out in the
Yeah, me
world
too.
create. I just can't wait to see. There's going to be a lot of contraptions out there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
totally. Sorry.
Are you not grabbing that arm?
I am going to grab that arm.
Grab
And I'm going to use, 1 second, there it is. Ultra hand. I can use ultra hand in so many different ways. I want to specifically use this to a sword. I'm going to do that over here. Use my nice broadsword. And if I get it, better
Yep.
check that out.
Yep.
It's pretty good.
Good reach.
Still wiggling around on the end there.
Alright, just go back up here really quick. And
Slightly sentient arm.
Ascend is so useful. It's so
yeah.
useful.
Yeah, 100%. It's one of my favorite things to use constantly in the game. Just gonna rock hammer again because I really want to check these boards. All about like seeing what they drop.
You've gotten so much stuff down here,
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah,
there's I know I'm like there's even more.
Oh, topaz! We got lucky. All right,
Yes.
so that's good. Just pick up all this bright blue
Nice.
Once again, we mentioned in a previous segment that the precious stones have elemental properties now, so they're not just useful for selling for rupees or upgrading equipment. Like now you can use them to make really powerful weapons.
Yeah, I was gonna say use them in battle.
Yeah, and I am especially a big fan of going after keys now, just given how many different. Don't hit me.
Yeah,
Don't hit me.
you're
Oh,
shielded.
no.
You're shielded.
All right, this is bad. Wait.
Ready the cannon.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. The shot against the wall. That's what did it. Totally planned. Let's break through this rock wall and just see what we
See
find.
what's back there.
Should be some more, I hope. Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
And notice
Ooh,
that
we
the
got the
ore in the
gold.
middle,
Yeah, the gold sparkly orb.
which is a good chance for something good. Although sometimes I have been disappointed.
Oh, we should mention, yeah, you fused this stone to this weapon, and it's a really great smashing weapon, great for breaking rocks or mining.
Yep.
But one of the cool things about Tears of the Kingdom is that in Breath of the Wild, you would have had to dedicate space in your weapon stash to holding a smashing weapon.
Oh, yeah.
And now you don't have to do that. You can just make one when you need it.
Yeah.
So
All right.
now we have made it to this point where obviously there's water, and we want to get beyond the water to, well, what lies beyond. And this is the perfect opportunity to introduce the brand new ability that I mentioned earlier on at the beginning, which is called auto build. So as the name implies, it automatically builds things for you. It is so amazing. You're going to want to use it a lot. But we'll just break down the menus for a second here. So we've got schematics, which you will find from side quests. You'll find them in treasure chests. You'll find them out in the world. And then we've got history, which is all the things that you previously built. It'll hold up to 30 of those for you. And then
Wow,
finally,
that's
your
good. That's
favorite
good.
thing.
This literally they built a whole OS inside the Tears of the Kingdom.
Pops up at the top of the menu. So Jose just favorited this little contraption that he's going to build to help us get across the water.
So just from the image, you're going to see that it needs a fan and it needs a control stick. And one way that you can use auto build is that you'll jump into your inventory, you'll take out the devices that you need for it. So these are Zonite capsules that I have. I'm going to just quickly drop them on the ground. And you know what? Just to switch things up a little bit, I'm also going to add a battery. Battery is super
A battery. Wow.
basically power the device so that it doesn't have to use my energy cell.
Right.
Now I'm going to open up auto build again. Here I am, staring favorites. We know the boat that we want to make. So it's going to attach the two pieces, but notice that we don't have the board. However, there is a cost associated with sort of generating a material that you don't have. In this case, it's 3 Zonite.
And Zonite is a new material that you can find in here.
Oh yeah. And then quickly, you'll notice that it didn't grab the battery because that wasn't part of the design. But if I do it,
that.
I get a little notification reminding me that now I can favorite that design instead, or the design's been changed and it's all part of my history. So we've got a boat.
Yeah, and we didn't have the building materials here in this cave to make this, but using auto build, we could generate the materials that we didn't have, like that wooden board. And you can see it has that light green color, and that's an indicator that that was made with Zonite and not with a real material that you had. So if you try and break it down,
I can take the control stick off at this point.
you could take off the pieces that you had, but if you try and take off a piece that was generated with Zonite, it will disappear, like Jose showed.
Yeah.
All right.
Whoa, so look at where it takes.
Big cave.
Yeah, this big cavern here
Very
with a
ominous
giant
feel.
pile of rocks in the center.
Yeah. So I want to dig through that, but I don't want to use cannon clubs anymore. Let's improvise something really fast. We're going to take a spring, a battery, and a cannon, and we're going to make a turret.
Obviously, we're going to blow the rocks.
I'm gonna first
That's what you
practice
do
it.
down
Right.
here. You
Oh, yeah.
blow
Not
rocks.
stream.
I'm going to switch to
Not stream, which is the Kingdom.
yes.
So
So
Trigger that because
I really wanna
if I don't,
play on the top by
this
myself,
makeshift
but
device is going to spring into
obviously,
the air and then start firing, and that's
in
a hot
reality, I
mess.
want to
So
stream.
let's not
I
do
don't
that.
want
We know what happens when you do that.
Well, so you're
I wanna
building
enjoy it
this
for
now,
myself,
and
but I have the
obviously we
urge to
just
stream it.
introduced you to auto build,
Mm,
but now
I'm
you
gonna
have built
practice
that, so that means that it's going to
just
show up
probably.
in your auto build history,
Yep.
which now allows you to, instead of having to recreate the same thing all over again from scratch, you just pop right into your auto build, pull up the history, and boom, you're
to the
gonna
Kingdom,
make
I'm
that
definitely not gonna stream.
right.
Right,
Would be
and
really
even
hard.
though you have a spring and a cannon and a
I
battery,
already told it's gonna be really hard not to stream.
because you haven't pulled them out ahead of time, now we're going to generate the entire device with Zonite.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see that the Zonite cost was a little bit higher there, but it's a really great way to be able to make one of these
Yeah, this is
contraptions
diving
on the
too
fly.
deep
Yeah,
into
well, and consider
thing.
what
I really
materials
wanna
you
see
want to
more
use,
into
right?
it.
Like, do you want to expend Zonite, or do
exploration.
you want to use what you got on hand.
This is
Okay,
very
And
yeah.
way
you
to
got a
uncover
friend
yeah,
under
a
here.
boss fight.
So those cannons made really quick work of that
They
rock.
did.
We found underneath. We found a Stalnox.
All right, so I'm gonna fuse some weapons really
Having
quick
a nap.
while
Woke him
it
up from
figures
his
out
nap.
what it's doing. Let me. Yeah, it was having a nap. I agree.
Really was.
Yeah.
So a Stalnox is a returning boss from The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
Yep. And
But,
we'll take a good look at them. The
And-
cannons are doing some work though, which is helpful.
It looks
the
a little
eye-
bit different.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say the eye is very obviously the weak point. It's like the one squishy part of this creature. So we're gonna see if we can get that eye to come out
Alright,
by
trying to
hitting
get it.
by hitting it in the
Oh,
shin.
oh, first steps.
Thank goodness for the fairy.
Oh, this. Okay, got him the bus
Yeah,
stop.
get out.
That's good. I'm gonna run for it. Just.
But you can see that cool new horn on top of his head, and that's a really useful material in fuse. Like, you can make a really powerful weapon.
Oh, yeah. Let's take a closer look real quick. We're talking about that.
Yeah.
Oh, watch out.
Just throwing
He's
some
throwing.
ribs at you.
He's throwing his own ribs at you.
Now digging out an explosive barrel.
He threw his
And we are
rib at
gonna send
you.
that
Is he at
back.
him?
We don't want it.
Using a recall.
Oh, recall.
So
Recall
nice.
is probably my favorite
Super
ability
cool.
in the
So
game.
cool.
Oh, he's got another one.
Yeah, so obviously you can see the way Jose is using
Yeah.
his
I-
auto build, we're
to
using
be honest, I'm
recall,
not
we're
gonna use
using
any of this. I'm
many
just
things
gonna
at our
go.
disposal to attack this
I
very
guess that's what
large
was
creature.
that was.
Hey, and we got the
that's
eyeball
what
out.
So
better
yeah,
use for.
Kendra mentioned the eyeball is the
These
weak
are
spot,
Get
and
it into the water.
when you hit it with a dead-on shot like that, it'll pop out, and it has its own health bar. And if you can get that health bar down, then you'll win the battle.
Bye-bye Stalnox. Instead, we're going to use it as a distraction because we're a little short for time.
Yeah.
Put a bomb on a shield earlier, and I just wanted to use it
Nice.
style.
I wish you can go underwater.
Yeah, bombs on shields are really helpful.
That's a whole nother. You can go underwater and Twilight Princess. That's
We
fine.
don't have time to hang out with this Stalnox who we very rudely awakened from
The
his
Stalnox,
slumber.
it has a lot of health. We don't.
Why
have a
did
lot of time.
he?
Well, that piece of
Why did
material
he
we
get help?
actually have one. Sam, what's the story on?
Yeah, so
What's the story,
if you
Sam?
were to defeat that Stalnox, you would get a Stalnox horn. You would get this material. We got this one. We put it in our inventory ahead of time, probably from that Stalnox's brother in a different cave. But take a look at it. When you fuse it to a weapon, not only does it look really neat, you got these
Okay, but
shattering.
can we? Yeah, I was like, can we
okay.
just turn
Let's
around?
get moving.
Because no, he's close.
Yeah.
Look at what quick work
No!
Stalnox horn fused to a weapon is making with these blue rocks.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, this is
Okay,
absolutely
and
amazing.
that hole is definitely not.
Alone.
Yeah, we're safe. We're safe.
Yeah.
Just gotta hope that.
He's trying to take revenge for his brother that you took out, man.
All right, so you'll.
but yeah, now we're in this cool new cave. It's like filled with luminous stone. It's got all this
Explosions are
moss.
happening. It's fine.
got all this moss covering the walls. Like, it's really cool down here.
Well, and this is all. A bunch of this is going to be ore that you can
Right.
mine and.
Yeah, but we could take stock for a moment of all this that we just found in one cave.
Yeah, no, we've been down
we
here
found
for
some
a
great
minute.
mining. We found some treasure.
Ooh, luminous stone.
We found a boss fight.
And we
Okay,
found
now-
more enemies.
Yep. So this is a
yeah.
horror one. Who wants to set this up?
Yeah, so these are new enemies in Tears of the Kingdom, and you typically find them in cave or dark environments, and they're really aggressive. You can see them crawling around on the ceiling up there. They're really difficult to reach as a result of that, and they'll sit up there and they'll pelt you with rocks.
And we're just gonna enter into their home
Yeah.
and shake things up a little bit. That's kind of like, I feel like that's the theme of this
Just
one.
stirring it up and then
Just
walking
entering
away.
people's homes, waking them up from naps, you know.
Check out this spear that I made.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Like-
Okay, that has long range for sure.
Ooh, can you poke them off the ceiling?
I'm gonna try. Please don't hit me.
Nice.
All
work.
right.
Yeah.
That looks painful.
Hold
Yeah,
this tush.
does not like to be on the ground,
All right, now
clearly.
let's grab the choo-choo jelly. This
Oh,
one
Oh, nice.
Why not freeze? And let's take this one for a ride, actually. So we got a board guster here. We gotta watch it. The enemy has
Oh,
friends,
they're tossing rocks.
and they're gonna toss rocks at me.
Bye.
Instead, I'm gonna hit
where
this
are you?
enemy with the Stalnox Crusher. We were a second ago.
Oh,
Naturally.
nice. Okay.
Just to show how much damage that will do.
Oh,
that's definitely
man.
a good mark.
What is that? 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 What is that thing? It's a goblin. It's a moblin.
Yeah.
Awesome. Nice.
Now let's
Jose.
steal his stuff and another one's here. I think it's time to leave.
Yeah. These
Gonna run for it.
horriblins have run. They have a fair bit of health, and again, we don't have a ton of time.
Yeah.
All right, let's go for the exit.
So yeah, we've obviously been down in this cave for quite some time. I have no idea how much time, no idea, but it's been a while. And super cool thing Jose is going to show now is that no matter how far into a cave you are, you can use Ascend to get out of that cave. So you don't necessarily have to backtrack all the way back from where you came. You can pop up using Ascend. You can check it out and be like, okay, where am I now? Do I want to get out here? Maybe not. And then you can go back down and keep exploring. I just feel like that's so awesome, especially considering how very expansive these caves are. The ability to do that is kind of a game changer.
And speaking to that, yeah, there is more to this game.
Say less.
Yeah.
It keeps going.
Say
It keeps
less.
going, but yeah, we are just about out of time.
Oh,
so,
I love that.
We're gonna call it there, but thank you so much for taking us on that adventure, Jose.
100%.
So fun. And yeah, thanks for checking out Auto Build with us and all that there is down in the caves. Obviously, you're
I didn't see Auto
to
Build.
explore much more on your own. Stick around. We've got more coming after this. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.
Autobuild's gonna be very interesting.
AG.
Autobuild.
Oh
I'm
my
really excited
God,
for
it's
that. But
AG.
before we move
AG's in
on
New York right
to
now.
Our final segment, we have one last representative from the development team here with us today, the producer of the Legend of Zelda series, Eiji Aonuma. Welcome. And we have Ethan joining us as well to translate. Now, how does it feel to be in New York?
ニューヨークにてどの感想でしょうか。
でしょうか。
ニューヨークは私今タイムスクエアっていうところに来てるわけですけど。
Oh, look at this pin. It's drawn drawn to like and Majora. I need that shirt.
そんなところに自分が作ったゲームのねトレーラーが流れるって本当夢みたいです。
Hiragana.
Well, you know, we've been around Times Square and we were able to see the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Should I learn hiragana and katakana first?
From the trailer,
Or should I just learn how to speak?
And it really surprised me. I mean, in Japan, you usually only see scenes like that in a movie theater, and I've never been in a place where I've seen a game that I've worked on up on a huge billboard like that. It was incredible.
There is a reason why it's called the Big Apple. I like to put things big up in Times Square.
ニューヨークはビッグアップルとして呼ばれてるんですけど、そのために全部がビッグになってます。
Now with that, you know, the game has been out in Japan. Have you seen any interesting things that fans have been talking about, maybe on social media?
ゲームはすでに日本でローンチされてると思うんですけれども、
日本で
SNS 等で日本のファンたちから何か面白いことをピックアップされてるんでしょうか。
もう本当にツイッターにたくさんの自分がこんなの作ったよっていうウルトラハンドルものを作れますけど、それを自分なりにこんなの作ったよってどんどん上がってきてて、中にはですね始まりの空島でほとんどそんな何か組み立てるようなものないんだけど、そこら辺にある木箱とか、それから板切れとか、あとねフックみたいなのがあるんですけど、落ちてるんですけど、それを組み合わせて巨大なロボット作ってる人がいてびっくりしました。
Yeah, I mean, I've been checking a little bit, and fans in Japan are already hard at work. And one thing I saw was there was a fan who was on Great Sky Islands near the beginning of the game, in an area where they had gotten the ability Ultra Hand, and they had found some boxes and boards and some hooks that were laying around, and they'd already put them together to build this crazy-looking giant robot.
あとね、もう一つ今日本ではゼルダ休みっていうワードがですねトレンドに上がっていて、これどういう意味かっていうとゼルダを遊ぶために会社休むっていうことなんですけど、それを最近は会社が認めてくれるらしいんですね。そんなことになってんだってちょっと驚きました。
And one other thing, I also noticed that there's a term trending on Twitter in Japan called the Zelda break or Zelda vacation, which is something that apparently fans have taken up and saying, that they're going to take the day off. And I've even heard there are cases where certain companies are like allowing this.
Oh my
I saw this
God!
kind of thing and was super surprised.
Are you going to take a Zelda vacation?
Of course.
これからも青沼さんもゼルダ休み取るんですか？
僕は作る人ですから休んでたら作れないんで。
I'm somebody who makes the game, so if I'm taking a break, the games don't get made.
All right, that is fair. That is fair. Speaking of games that you've made, what are some games that you've worked on?
ゲームを作るという話題を続いてゲーム青沼さん自体が手がけたゲームについてちょっと説明していただけますか。
そうですね。
私が一番最初に手がけたゼルダのゲームっていうのはゼルダの伝説時のオカリナっていうね、今から数えると25年も前になってしまいますけど、任天堂64のタイトルを作った時なんですね。
Well, I mean, this is kind of going a ways back, 25 years ago to the time of the Nintendo 64. The first Legend of Zelda game that I worked on was called The Legend of Zelda: The Ocarina
You want
of
to
Time.
go to Walmart with us? We're gonna go get some supplies, and if you need anything.
その後に
Yeah.
ウ
ィンドウェーカーを作って、そこでディレクション一旦
Okay, go. What time are you guys leaving?
Right now.
で以降は
Okay,
ずっと
I'm going.
プロデューサーとしてこのディレクショ
I'm
ン
going.
So then after that, I worked as a director on a number of games in the series up until the time of.
Okay, I'm gonna take this opportunity. I'm gonna go buy Tears of the Kingdom. I'm leaving. I'm gonna go buy Tears of the Kingdom right now. I'll watch this later, and goodbye. Love you guys.